And so he says we need to be cautious with regard to using these physics-based metaphysics with regard to religious metaphysics as well, right? Yeah. He said we should be cautious when saying, for instance, quantum mechanics, using it to garner support for the doctrine of the Trinity, as some people attempt to do, right? You know, Trinity works like the EPR thought experiment that Einstein did and that sort of thing. Right?
So you know, you draw these kind of parallels, which again, almost any parallel to the Trinity is going to lead you into heresy, either on purpose or an accident. But once you come to find out, hey, maybe this quantum holism is inaccurate, what does that do to people's understanding of then what you were teaching? If this was wrong, is your teaching of the Trinity wrong because you based your understanding of that with the underlying assumptions that this quantum mechanics theory came up with.
Right. In fact, he even suggests that we, in terms of religious physics, we need to be careful with regard to using physics like the Big Bang theory to help us to prove the existence of God and all that kind of stuff as well, because again, Big Bang has to do with general relativity, and one of these theories may or may not be the theory, right?
Yeah,
so we need to be careful by basing our arguments on these types of theories.
Mm-hmm. Right. So we have things like the teleological arguments and things for the Goldilocks zone. So, if it was just a little bit farther, a little bit away. But even that has kind of a false theory behind it because, is this the only way that life could have evolved if it did evolve? In what sense and capacity does life arise in this universe?
He's going to really talk about that in the next section, right? Yeah. So he says, we could base our metaphysical arguments on those parts of physics which we actually observe, or those parts of physics we think will survive any scientific revolution. And in the case of the former, he says it will take some serious self-control to keep metaphysical pronouncements within the evidential constraints. And within the latter, we need to be careful about projecting into the future what may or may not happen.
Yeah,
right?
and good luck trying to find something that doesn't upend the spectrum. Once you realize that you can move out of 3 dimensions or 4 dimensions, then you start questioning things a part of that too. And so how do you come up with anything from any starting point that would survive any scientific revolution?